1975 was a remarkable year for music. Some songs dominated the charts, and everyone remembers them. But there were other songs from that year that were just as good, sometimes even better, that haven't gotten as much attention over the years. In this video, we're going to explore 10 underrated 1975 songs we'll never forget. Number 10. Fly Robin, Fly, by Silver Convention, 1975. Silver Convention's Fly Robin Fly was a massive hit in 1975, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's a disco record with a unique sound, energetic and danceable with orchestral arrangements that give it sophistication. The song tells the story of a bird flying away, which is used as a metaphor for freedom and liberation. It's simple on the surface, but emotionally resonant. What makes this song underrated isn't that it didn't achieve commercial success. It did. The issue is that disco records are often dismissed as frivolous or unimportant. But Fly Robin, Fly is a well-crafted piece of pop music. The production is immaculate. The hook is memorable. The song has endured for nearly 50 years, which is proof of its quality. Disco records that were thrown together cynically rarely last this long. Silver Convention was a German-based female vocal group, and this was their most significant American hit. The song was instantly recognizable and became a defining moment of mid-1970s pop music. It represented the disco movement at its best, energetic, uplifting, and genuinely danceable. The song's message of freedom resonated in 1975, and it remains relevant decades later. While everyone remembers the biggest hits of 1975, Fly Robin Fly often gets overlooked in retrospectives, even though it deserves to be remembered alongside the year's other major successes. Number 9. Philadelphia Freedom, by Elton John and Kiki Dee, 1975. Elton John and Kiki Dee's Philadelphia Freedom was released in 1975 and became an immediate hit. The song was written by Elton John and Bernie Taupin, and it was inspired by tennis star Billie Jean King. It's an upbeat, celebratory pop record with orchestral arrangements and a memorable piano line. The song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the year's biggest hits. What's underrated about Philadelphia Freedom is how specifically it captures 1975. It's patriotic without being jingoistic. It's celebratory without being simplistic. The song has energy and sophistication. Elton John's piano playing is front and center, giving the song a musical complexity that goes beyond typical pop records. Kiki Dee's vocal contribution adds another layer of richness. The song is structured beautifully, with verses that build to a powerful chorus. The song's subject matter, freedom and celebration in Philadelphia, a city with deep American historical significance, gives it thematic weight. But the song never becomes heavy-handed about its messaging. It simply celebrates and encourages. In 1975, during a moment when America was reassessing itself after Vietnam and Watergate, this song of optimism and freedom was particularly meaningful. The collaboration between Elton John and Kiki Dee resulted in a record that's both musically impressive and emotionally resonant. It's a song that deserves to be remembered not just as a commercial success, but as a musical achievement. Number 8. Boogie Fever, by The Silvers, 1975. The Silvers' Boogie Fever was released late in 1975 and became a massive hit in early 1976, but its roots are solidly in 1975. The song is a funk-influenced disco track with incredible energy. The Silvers were a family vocal group, and their tight harmonies and infectious energy make this song immediately appealing. The song reached number 1, and it's one of those records that just makes you want to move. What's underrated about Boogie Fever is that it often gets dismissed as just another disco record. But it's more than that. The song has sophisticated rhythm arrangements. The vocal harmonies are intricate and well executed. The song's structure builds momentum as it progresses. It's not a simple novelty disco track. It's a professionally crafted piece of pop music that happens to be dance-oriented. The song captures the moment when disco was becoming the dominant force in popular music. But rather than resisting that trend, the Silvers embraced it and created something genuinely fun and energetic. The song has maintained its appeal over the decades. When it plays, people respond to it. The energy is undeniable. It's the kind of record that works at a party, on a classic hits radio station, or in a cultural retrospective. It represents a moment when music was unapologetically fun, and when artists weren't afraid to create records designed for dancing and entertainment. That's not something to dismiss. That's something to celebrate. Number 7. Sister Golden Hair by America, 1975. America's Sister Golden Hair was the band's most commercially successful single, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1975. It's a soft rock ballad with beautiful acoustic guitar work and heartfelt vocals. The song deals with themes of regret and lost love. It's one of those records that resonates emotionally because it captures something true about human experience. What's underrated about Sister Golden Hair is that it often gets taken for granted because it was so successful. People remember it as a one-hit wonder for America, but the band had sustained success before and after this record. What made this particular song special was its combination of musical skill and emotional authenticity. The guitar work is beautiful and complex. The vocal performance is sincere without being overwrought. The production is clean and supportive. The song was written by Dewey Bunnell, the band's guitarist, and it came from a genuine place emotionally. That authenticity comes through in the recording. In 1975, when soft rock was becoming increasingly popular, this song represented the best of the genre. It had something to say musically and lyrically. It wasn't derivative or cynical. It was an artist creating something that mattered to him and sharing it with the world. But it doesn't mean you ain't been on the mind. The song has endured remarkably well. It appears regularly on classic hits radio stations. It's been featured in films and television shows. Younger generations have discovered it. That longevity is a testament to the song's quality. It's the kind of record that transcends its moment, though it's deeply rooted in 1975. For those who experienced it when it first came out, it often remains a favorite despite its popularity. Number 6. Listen to What the Man Said by Wings, 1975. Paul McCartney's band Wings released Listen to What the Man Said in 1975, and it became one of their biggest hits. The song is a beautiful love song with orchestral arrangements and sophisticated production. It's melodic and memorable, with a hook that stays with you. The song reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the most successful songs of 1975. What's underrated about Listen to What the Man Said is that it sometimes gets overshadowed by Wings' other hits. The band had multiple successful records, and this one sometimes gets lost in the discussion. But it's a genuinely great song. The orchestration is lush without being overwhelming. Paul McCartney's vocal performance is warm and engaging. The song structure is sophisticated, building and developing over its length. It's not a simple pop record. It's carefully crafted pop music. The song was written by McCartney and produced with meticulous attention to detail. That care is evident in the final product. The song has all the hallmarks of professional, artistic pop music. Strong melody, sophisticated arrangement, skillful production, and authentic emotional expression. In 1975, when rock and pop music were becoming increasingly divided, McCartney created something that appealed to pop audiences without compromising artistic integrity. The song has maintained its appeal over the decades. It remains a staple of classic hits radio. Its melody is instantly recognizable. Its emotional message remains relevant. The song represents Wings at their best, creating music that was both commercially successful and artistically meaningful. For those who love pop music, Listen to What the Man Said remains one of the year's greatest achievements. Number 5. L.O.V.E. by Al Green, 1975. Al Green's L.O.V.E. was released in 1975 and remains one of his most beloved recordings. The song is a soul record with beautiful production, lush arrangements, and Green's distinctive vocal style. The song is simple in its message. It's about love spelled out, but sophisticated in its execution. The production is immaculate, with strings, horns, and rhythm section all working together perfectly. What's underrated about L.O.V.E. is that while Al Green is certainly respected as an artist, this particular song doesn't always get mentioned among his most famous recordings. But it's arguably one of his finest achievements. The song showcases his range as a vocalist. He can be powerful and emotional. He can be subtle and nuanced. The song allows him to demonstrate all of these abilities within a single recording. The song was produced with meticulous attention to detail. Every instrument has its place in the mix. The arrangement supports Green's vocal performance rather than overwhelming it. The song is structured beautifully, with verse sections that build to a powerful chorus. It's professional soul music at the highest level. In 1975, when soul music was evolving and changing, Al Green created something that honored the traditions of the genre, while also reflecting contemporary production values. The song has endured as one of the great soul recordings of the 1970s. It represents a moment when commercial success and artistic achievement aligned perfectly. For fans of soul music and R&B, L.O.V.E. remains the essential recording. It's the kind of song that demonstrates why Al Green remains respected as an artist decades later. Number 4. Before the Next Teardrop Falls by Freddie Fender, 1975. Before the next teardrop falls. Freddie Fender's Before the Next Teardrop Falls was released in 1975 and became a massive hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song is a country record with beautiful production and Fender's distinctive vocals. The song deals with themes of loss and heartbreak. It's a ballad that resonates emotionally. The song was bilingual, with verses in Spanish and English, which was unusual for a mainstream hit in 1975. And I'll be there before the next. What's underrated about Before the Next Teardrop Falls is that it represents an important moment of cultural representation in music. Freddie Fender was a Chicano artist singing in both Spanish and English, and his success demonstrated that mainstream audiences were willing to listen to music that reflected diverse cultural backgrounds. The song wasn't marketed as a novelty or as a crossover attempt. It was presented as a legitimate mainstream record, which helped normalize bilingual music in American radio. And if he ever leaves you blue. The song is also simply a great record. Fender's vocal performance is emotional and genuine. The production supports his performance without overwhelming it. The song structure builds effectively. The lyrics, in both languages, express authentic emotion. The song works whether you understand both languages or just one. The melody carries the emotional weight. In 1975, this song's success broke ground for Latino artists in the American mainstream. It demonstrated that cultural authenticity and commercial success weren't mutually exclusive. For fans of country music and for those interested in music history, Before the Next Teardrop Falls represents an important moment when popular music became more inclusive and diverse.
Before the next teardrop falls.
Number 3. Emotions by Helen Reddy, 1975. Helen Reddy's Emotions was released in 1975 and became one of her signature recordings. The song is a pop ballad with orchestral arrangements and Reddy's powerful vocal performance. The song reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's a record about emotional vulnerability and the complexity of human relationships. Reddy's powerful voice gives the song emotional weight without being melodramatic. What's underrated about Emotions is that while Helen Reddy remains known for her powerful anthem recordings, this more introspective, emotionally complex ballad doesn't always get the recognition it deserves. The song showcases a different side of Reddy's artistry. She can deliver powerful performances in upbeat anthems, but she can also deliver nuanced, emotionally sophisticated performances in ballads like this one. The song's production is sophisticated and professional. The orchestration is lush without being overwhelming. Every element serves the song's emotional content. The song builds effectively, with verses that create intimacy and a chorus that opens up emotionally. Reddy's performance is at the center of everything, and she delivers. The song demonstrates why Reddy was such a significant artist in the 1970s. She had the technical skill to deliver complex vocal performances, and she had the emotional intelligence to approach material with depth and authenticity. The song has maintained its appeal over the decades. For those who appreciate 1970s pop music and singers with genuine vocal talent, Emotions remains a valuable recording. It represents Helen Reddy at her best, delivering a sophisticated pop song with emotional authenticity and vocal skill. Number 2. How Sweet It Is by James Taylor, 1975.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
James Taylor's 1975 version of How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You was a cover of the Marvin Gaye classic. Taylor's rendition is completely different from the original. Where Gaye's version was energetic and soulful, Taylor's is intimate and acoustic.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
The song reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's a beautiful recording that demonstrates how well Taylor could interpret material. What's underrated about James Taylor's How Sweet It Is that it often gets overlooked compared to his original compositions. But it's a masterclass in interpretation. Taylor didn't try to duplicate Gaye's approach. Instead, he created something new, while maintaining respect for the original. His version is intimate and personal. The acoustic guitar work is beautiful. His vocal performance is warm and genuine. The arrangement is sparse and elegant, allowing the song's melody and emotional content to shine.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
The song demonstrates why James Taylor was such an important artist in the 1970s. He had technical skill as a guitarist and vocalist, but more importantly, he had emotional intelligence and artistic taste. His choice to record this particular song and his approach to it showed an artist who was thoughtful about his work. The cover became a significant commercial success, proving that audiences appreciated his interpretation.
You were better to me than I was to myself.
For fans of James Taylor, and for those who appreciate sophisticated pop rock music, this version of How Sweet It Is remains a favorite. It's a beautiful recording that holds up remarkably well over time. It represents Taylor at his best, taking material he believed in and making it his own, while bringing new dimensions to it.
How sweet it is to be loved by
Number 1. Calypso by John Denver, 1975. John Denver's Calypso was released in 1975 and became one of his signature recordings. The song is an acoustic recording with environmental themes. Denver was passionate about environmental conservation, and the song reflects that passion. The song reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it one of his most successful recordings. It's a beautiful, acoustic-driven song with Denver's distinctive vocals. What's underrated about Calypso is that it often gets dismissed as overly sentimental or simplistic. But the song actually has significant depth. It addresses genuine environmental concerns. It's not preachy or heavy-handed. It's presented as a heartfelt expression of care for the planet. The song's acoustic arrangement is beautiful and appropriate to its subject matter. Denver's vocal performance is genuine and emotional without being overwrought. The song has endured because it captures something true about 1970s environmental consciousness. Denver was ahead of the curve in bringing environmental concerns into mainstream popular music. The song demonstrated that artists could address serious topics in accessible pop music without compromising either the message or the music. The recording is technically proficient. The acoustic guitar work is beautiful. The production is clean and supportive, and Denver's performance is authentic. For those who lived through the 1970s, Calypso represents an important moment when popular music engaged with environmental and social concerns. The song has maintained its appeal over the decades, both for those who remember it from 1975 and for new audiences discovering it. It represents John Denver at his best, creating music that was both commercially successful and artistically meaningful. What's clear from examining these songs is that 1975 was an extraordinary year for popular music. These 10 songs represent just a fraction of the great recordings from that year. What unites them is that they were all created by artists who cared about their craft. They were all recordings that took time and effort to create properly. They all had something to say, whether musically or lyrically or both. The songs from 1975 often feel more substantial than contemporary pop records. That's not necessarily a judgment on modern music. It's simply reflecting how the music industry has changed. In 1975, radio formats were still relatively flexible. Artists were given time to develop their sound. Productions could be ambitious. Songs could be complex without being rejected as too challenging for mainstream audiences. What's also notable is the diversity of these songs. We have disco, country, soft rock, soul, pop, and folk-influenced recordings. All of these existed on mainstream radio simultaneously. The radio landscape was more inclusive of different styles and approaches. That diversity created a rich musical environment where artists could experiment and audiences could be exposed to different kinds of music. If these underrated 1975 songs brought back memories for you, we'd love for you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We dive deep into the music that defined the eras you lived through. We explore the songs that were hits and the songs that deserve to be bigger. We examine the artists who shaped popular music and the cultural moments that made great recordings possible. On this channel, we celebrate the depth and sophistication of music history. We look at why certain songs endured and others faded. We explore the production choices, the songwriting, and the performances that made great recordings great. We're interested in helping you understand and appreciate the music you grew up with on a deeper level. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and hit the notification bell to stay updated whenever we post. We've got more deep dives into music from the decades you lived through, more forgotten gems waiting to be rediscovered, and more stories about the artists and moments that shaped popular music. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.